What's going on, guys? So I want to do a quick little video here, just very quick for the gold members. A couple stocks that I'm looking at. We obviously know that every day that I build a watch list, I'm always looking at Nvidia, always looking at the semis, always looking at Tesla, Amazon, the big boys that I really love to trade because they move so well, right? So it's like, because I've been trading these stocks for so long, I just understand that when they do confirm and they do what they're supposed to do, they're very good traders. So for a lot of you guys that are new, a lot of you guys that are picking up, what I've been putting down for a while now, I see a lot of you guys getting extremely better at trading. As far as it comes to the psychological aspect of trading and understanding that hey, cutting a loss or a losing trade is not the end of the world, right? I mean, just take the last couple of weeks, for example. How many winning trades have we had? How many losing trades have we had? Have I had losing trades? Of course, right? I think everybody in here has taken a play where it kind of ran up a little bit. Maybe one, we held too long and it kind of came back on us, or it quickly just went a little higher and then market decided to do like a little intraday pullback, kind of stopped us out. 3 4 days later the stock is higher, right? But that's the name of the game. But what I want to focus on, two stocks, one of them more so than the other, but they're going to move in tandem. So Nvidia, guys, Nvidia. Today it was up $5.27, 2% on the day. You guys can just kind of see here, Nvidia has been coming off this bottom realistically since the 15th of March, right? So we're 1 2 3 4 days higher. Then we had a little bit of a back test, right, for 3 days, and then a big green candle 2 trading sessions ago, and we've been going sideways for 2 days. And this is what I'm getting excited about. Anytime you start to see these type of patterns play out where you get a really big elephant bar candle, what we call it over here in the trading world, this huge elephant bar candle here, followed by a consolidation day, followed by another consolidation day that finishes green, finishes at the top of the candle, but stays under the channel's range, right? So we're in a 3-day channel here from 272 to 283. It's a 10-point channel here, held this bottom 2 times. When and if this confirms, guys, it's going to go. This morning on the live options flow, there was so many bets when the stock was trading at around this 275, 276 area. They were coming in for 285 weeklies, 290s, 300s for next week. When and if this confirms, if the triple Qs can also keep pushing higher and work towards that 200-day moving average, Nvidia is going to be a stock that you're going to just want to stay focused on. Stay focused on Nvidia. If it takes 3 days before this confirms, you're going to want to be a part of it. If you don't take a trade for 2 days, but when this confirms, you're going to want to be a part of it. Okay. It is what it is. I mean, look at how amazing that this setup is, right? I mean, we had this big elephant bar candle here, followed by a push higher, consolidation, back test. And when we finally took out these 2 channels, we exploded. We had another elephant bar candle here, followed by 2 days of consolidation, green hammer candle on the daily time frame. Your daily time frame is going to be the strongest level. Your daily time frame is going to be the most strongest level. So even though we're scalping the 5-minute chart, even though we're scalping the hourly chart, if we can scalp on the 5-minute time frame a daily candles breakout, the moves are even that more intense, right? So if we kind of look at where we could be heading, probably somewhere in this price action, somewhere between the mid 290s to 300s. Okay, if I just kind of take a look at the hourly time frame, let's kind of look at the hourly time frame. Big run up here, a lot of consolidation between the 272 and 283 range. So we are at the top of the range, even if we get some sort of pullback into the middle of the range tomorrow. And let's say tomorrow we rest, right, guys? Let's say tomorrow we do decide to rest and chop around. And let's say, for example, Wednesday we do come back down, quickly back test the bottom of this range and start to work higher. When and if we confirm the 283.59, this whole area here, this is when we're going to want to get long. We're going to want to get long here on this breakout. Now, it could come this week. It could come tomorrow, right? We could quickly just have a little pullback off the open and then intraday tomorrow, which is going to be the 29th, we could completely explode. Whenever this move happens, we want to be a part of it. Now, let's say something crazy happens and the market decides to pull back. Some sort of black swan event hits us in the matter of days. If we lose 272, there's always a short position there, but I'm not interested in the short position. I'm not interested in this 20 MA short play here. I'm not interested in that scalp. I'll let that go. That'll be someone else's trade, not mine. Just let it go. As long as we're over 272, the next trade I'm looking for is that break over that 283, 284 mark, right? Also, what are we going to look at? We're going to look at the little brother. We're going to look at the little brother, which is AMD, right? So AMD maybe about 1 or 2 days behind, but look at what we're setting up here. Close over the 200-day moving average 2 trading sessions ago. And then we had a little bit of a pause candle, a little bit of a back test today as well, a little bit of a back test, and we closed at the top of the range. If and when AMD starts to take out 121.55, you're going to want to be a part of this move. Okay. If you're normally taking 2 or 3 contracts, you're going to want to take 4 or 5. If you're normally taking 4 or 5, you're going to want to take 6 or 7. If you're normally taking 7 contracts, you're going to want to take 10. You're going to want to go a little bit bigger. Give yourself a little bit more room, right? Give yourself a little bit more room. First price target 125, and anything over 125 is going to come back up here and start testing 130s again. It's just the way that it's going to work, guys. Supply and demand. Stock market strong, right? I mean, you can't call this a bull market yet because technically the triple Qs are underneath the 200-day moving average. But let's be realistic. The last 2 weeks, we can't get a downtick in the market. Every single dip seems to be bought. There's a lot of fake outs when you are short scalping. I've taken more paper cuts over the last 2 weeks trying to short scalp rather than just waiting for stocks to pull back and then playing the bounces and or playing the breakouts through the highs. Not saying that you can't make money shorting in this market. You just have to take the profits a lot sooner. Just understand that the market is strong, right? Until we start losing some major daily levels. But yeah, so you take a look on your guys' charts. Take a look at NVIDIA's daily. Take a look at AMD's daily chart, right? You're going to see what I'm talking about, and then switch over to the hourly time frame, and then take a look at the consolidation that's been going on both stocks, right? 121.55 on AMD, room to 124. Obviously, I guess we could have a little bit of a short position for a potential scalp. 116.60s, somewhere in that area. Have a couple points down. Now, if the market does, right, because now I'm a little bit more bull biased, right? So I'm a little bit more buy biased, but we have to be able to adapt and adjust if something does happen. If maybe this is the top, maybe market does want to roll over. Maybe we quickly go from 121.50 to 123 and then it pulls back. That's understandable, right? The market's the market. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. If we do lose 116.69 on AMD, there's a short position there. We can play that into the 200-day moving average, which is sitting at around 112. And if we just kind of look at NVIDIA, same thing, 272. We can play this down probably like 265, mid 260s. But until we start losing some of these levels, until we start losing some of these bigger levels, I really don't want to short. It's just, even like if you look here intraday, we had a little bit of a pull and then boom, we stop and then we rip, right? Let me kind of zoom this in. So even today we had the little push higher in pre-market, and then we have the pullback, and then we get a continued washout. But if you look back to Friday session, you look back to last Thursday session, we're still in this range, right? So we still kind of held this level, and then boom, the last 4 hours of the market, you know, NVIDIA just goes higher, right? So that's the thing. When stocks are strong, do you have short positions? Of course. Was there a short position here? Like 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. If I go to 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time on the 5-minute time frame, so let's look at 8 o'clock. Here's 8 o'clock candle. So let me pull out my drawing tool. 8 o'clock candle is here. We're playing the 5-minute 20 strat. We get it here. We get the little bit of a bounce and rejection at the 20. And then when we do get the flush through the lows here, we get the nice flush, right? So yes, you had a little bit of a scalp between the price of 276 all the way down to 272. This is a 4-point move. This is a 4-point move. So just because stocks are strong, does that mean we can't scalp? Of course not, but they're short-lived, right? They're very, very short-lived. So if you do take this kind of play, expect a bounce. And then when you do get a follow through, expect a bounce. And then when you do get consolidation, expect a bounce. And when you get this final washout and we start to reclaim the 20 period moving average, look at your play here. You potentially could have taken a play on NVIDIA, again, Pacific Standard Time, 9:50 a.m. You could have taken that at 275 stock price, ridden this into the close, and even held it overnight, right? Held a runner overnight, 282. So we're talking about a 7-point move. I mean, the move is okay here. It's really great here. So the point that I'm trying to make is that just because I'm long biased does not mean I will not take a short scalp position, but I understand that when I am taking a short scalp position, that I am going to try to lock in those profits very, very quickly, and I'm immediately going to look for the bounce and reversal. But as far as when we talk about what's going on here on the daily on NVIDIA is sexy. So whenever this does decide to confirm the top of the range here, which is 283.59, we need to be a part of this move. We will have a little bit of rejection in that 285, 286, but I do not expect to get snagged here. So if you, for example, for myself, if I go 10 contracts of NVIDIA, I will probably scale out 3 or 4 here. Okay, 3 or 4 here, $1, $2, $3 higher. And then I'm going to try to ride these into 300, at least into 300. Now, things can change. Don't quote me on it. Everybody play at your own risk, right? Everyone has a different risk management. Everyone has a different, appetite for risk. But whatever I do doesn't mean that you guys have to do it, but just understand that this is a beautiful setup here. Okay, so when and if it confirms, 283.59 is going to be a very, very nice play where I think you guys can all make some good money on it.